We're just receiving news of an explosion in the London Underground near Hyde Park. There has been a second explosion in the Underground, this time close to Oxford Circus. Both explosions appear to have occurred on the trains as they were moving.
This is the kind of terrorist attack the government repeatedly says is going to happen. The government repeatedly says is going to happen.
Reports are coming in that a third explosion has now occurred on an Underground train approaching Vauxhall Station.
I think almost certainly we, the police, would put in access overload, which is basically we will have priority use of the mobile phone system.
It'll cause very severe problems if you're going to take away people's use of mobile phones. I think we have to think very carefully about that.
Our research indicates that something like 350,000 people alone are making their way towards the City of London at this point. And if the access overload system has been triggered and they can't get onto their mobile telephones, this will have profound indications for them, the next of kin, and the very organisations they're hoping to go to work too. Today we were running an exercise for a company, bearing in mind I'm now in the private sector, and we sat everybody down in the city, 1,000 people involved in the whole organisation, but the crisis team, and the most peculiar thing was we based our scenario on the simultaneous attacks on the Underground and mainline station. So we had to suddenly switch an exercise from fictional to real. So we had to suddenly switch an exercise from fictional to real. So we had to suddenly switch an exercise from fictional to real. And one of the first things is, get that bureau number. When you have a list of people missing, tell them. And it took a long time.
Just to get this right, you were actually working today on an exercise that envisioned virtually this scenario. Just to get this right, you were actually working today on an exercise that envisioned virtually this scenario.
Almost precisely. I was up until 2 o'clock this morning because it's our job, my own company, Advisor Consultants. We specialise in helping people to get their crisis management response. How do you jump from slow time thinking to quick time doing? And we chose a scenario with their assistance which is based on a terrorist attack because they're very close to a property occupied by Jewish businessmen. They're in the city, and there are more American banks in the city than there are in the whole of New York. A logical thing to do.